Hello everyone, Park Ranger Marcus here, and welcome to Woodlands National Park. Today, I'm going to guide you through the park and show you all of the cool things about it. But what you should know first are the things that you should avoid around the park. 1. Always be sure to stick to the trails of the park, but be sure to avoid Dead Man's Trail, as recently we had a Wendigo attack over there. 2. Always be sure to avoid the caves in the park. The caves in Woodlands National Park are home to cave critters, and if they bite you, you could get cave critter disease. 3. Always stick to the designated camping areas at night. A few weeks ago, we had 3 kids go camping out in the woods, and they all ended up getting eaten by walkers. And lastly, number 4. If you see a black bird in the woods with red eyes, it is best to run. We don't know too much about it, but we definitely know that it is a threat.
Oh my God!
But above all, be sure to enjoy your time at Woodlands National Park. Hey guys, you got Park Ranger Marcus with you for the entire video today. Hello gorgeous people. What is going on? And welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are back going over the analog horror series, Woodlands National Park. In case you don't remember, Woodlands National Park is located in the state of Washington, and it's run by a shady company called Dyier Corp. On the surface, it looks like a normal park with trees and rivers and wildlife. But hidden inside are monsters, Wendigos, walkers, cave critters, and plenty more that are definitely not tourist friendly. So this begs the question, why is this park even open to the public if people's lives are at risk? And well, in today's video, we finally get some answers. Today, we'll be starting with the Season 1 finale and then breaking everything down that's happened in Season 2 so far, including some strange history about Dyier Corp and the introduction of a new creature lurking in the park. In case you haven't seen my previous video on this series, I highly recommend you go watch that first so that you're all caught up. The link to it will be in the description down below. But also, and more importantly, I recommend you go check out the Buddy Films channel, the creator of Woodlands National Park. The link to their channel will be at the top of the description down below, and I ask that you go over to their channel and watch the entire series for yourself first. Watch it on your own, form your own thoughts and opinions and theories about things, then you can come back over here and watch my video on the series, and you could see my thoughts, my opinions, my theories, and we could discuss all of ours together in the comments down below. But please, seriously, go over to the channel and support them in any way possible, either by liking the videos, subscribing, watching the videos for yourself. Any amount of support helps them make this series continue. Please be sure to support your analog horror content creators. But alright guys, that's enough of me yapping. Let's jump right in. Video 9. The Walker Attack Cover-Up of 1976. Woodlands National Park, EST 1912. Alright, so this is the aftermath of the Walker attack from the last video that we watched.
Hey. That's a camera. No way. I feel like we got to it before anybody else did.
So yeah, at this point they just watched the footage of everything that happened, and just a little reminder, basically 3 kids decided to go out of the camping site where they should have been camping, and they went into a zone where I guess walkers were, and a walker came up and killed 2 of them, I believe, but one of them is still alive and like is being treated somewhere now.
We gotta get rid of this thing. Yeah. Can't let anyone see me. This is Steve coming. Alright, so the rangers at the top of the hill have already closed off the trail, and we've set a 500-yard perimeter. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to go through section by section, comb it out. We're looking for any human remains, any drop material, any tents, any fire pits, anything like that. We got to make it look like nobody was ever here.
Cover up.
over here in Sector 4, I've got approximately half a body over here. You need to get here right now.
Damn.
Holy shit, Alex, there's nothing left. It's the worst one yet, for sure. Call it in. We're gonna need a body bag.
I'm going to turn on captions, but they are YouTube captions, so they're half right, half wrong, but as usual, it's better than having no captions at all, so just letting you guys know.
This is Sector 4, this is Alex. We need a body bag on standby.
I love that they just have body bags ready to go. And they're burning it all. Probably the best way to get rid of it, I'd think.
Yes, Steve, come in.
We got a bad situation over at the medical bay. We got a victim with head trauma. We really need your help ASAP.
We gotta go. Hey, you guys finish this up? James, stay here and document this.
Victim with head trauma. I have a confession to make. I have watched this video already. I did a stream about like 2 weeks ago now at this point where I rewatched all of Woodlands National Park, and to just complete it and complete the season, I did watch the finale. So this isn't my first reaction to the finale, but I did want to watch it again and record my reaction this time instead of using the one for the stream for the video. Because when I first watched this, I was very confused at everything that I was looking at. But now that I'm watching it again and that I understand things now, I could help you guys, I can help you guys understand it a lot better now too. For example, I had no idea who this person was here because the way that they talk about him, like, oh, we have a victim with head trauma over here. I originally thought this was a new victim of some kind of other attack, but this is actually the kid that survived. So there were 3 people in the walker attack. 2 of them died and 1 of them survived, and this is the one that survived. And he must have gotten like some kind of head trauma from when he was attacked by the walker, so I think that's why he's fighting with the park rangers here. As you see, the victim grabs one of the park rangers' guns. Steve tries to hold him off. Steve ends up getting shot in the arm, and then Alex comes and finishes him off. My poor boy Steve, man. Washington News 18.
Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
So, tell us a little bit about what happened that day.
Yeah, of course. So, it started out like any other day. It was around 9 a.m. and Alex and I actually had put a fresh pot of coffee on the table, and, we're planning out our plans for the day, and we got a call that 3 students had gone missing. Now, keep in mind, this is something that happens, not too uncommon at our parks or national parks in general. Someone wanders off trail or they get lost, and, we send out a search team and we find them, and everything is usually fine. So, standard protocol is we send out a search party. And we've been doing this for a long time, and I've never seen anything like this.
So you didn't have any idea about the carnage you were about to stumble upon?
No, absolutely not. I mean, between Steve and I, we have, 20 years. 20 years of experience. Everything from people wandering off trails, animal attacks, trip and falls, that kind of thing, us hoping to maybe helivac somebody out. Nothing could have prepared us. I mean, it was horrendous. No, I mean, it was a bloodbath. And when we got to the campsite, I mean, the fact that another human being could do this to someone, let alone your own friends and classmates, was just unbearable to see. I mean, body parts. I mean, one of these students was dismembered, and we actually found a whole arm on 30 feet from the campsite. There is a student that we're still searching for currently, and there was a trail of blood, but it has gone cold, and we're doing everything we can. I mean, we have canines, we have people, and they've been out for 24 hours, the past 3 days in a week, just searching, and I can only hope that we can find and bring him back to his family.
Yeah. So Alex, how did the killer end up in your custody?
Well, he actually showed up earlier that day. You know, at the time we had no idea that, the horrors he had, committed. He was, beaten, bloody, bruised, battered, lacerations, broken bones, probably severely concussed as well. In hindsight, that's probably from the fight that, his fellow students put up. They certainly didn't go out and fight. He was, barely crawling when he got to us, in and out of consciousness. We had no idea what had happened. We got him immediately to our Rangers first aid station, started giving him fluids and first aid. The plan was to get him to the Dyier medical facility later, standard protocol. As soon as we could get him stabilized. Once he started coming to, that's kind of when the encounter started.
Okay. Well, of course, we have to talk about the heroic fight you had with the killer, Steve.
We got the call when we were out there, and at the time, we didn't know what happened.
So I'm just going to pause right there. I want to let a lot of that play out because in case you're not understanding, what they're saying is that instead of the truth, which is a walker attacked 3 of these kids, killed 2 of them, and then, what happened to the last one just happened in the medical bay. We saw what happened. They're saying that these 3 kids went out camping. One of them tried to kill the other 2, successfully killed one of them, and one of them, they can't find. And then the killer had came back to the park and walked in pretty much, and they were like, oh my god, are you okay? Because he was so beaten up. And then when he woke up, he had that fight with Steve, and they took him out. Like I said, instead of, telling the truth about the walkers and they were attacked by something in the park, they're framing it as one of the victims tried to kill 2 of the other victims, which is horrible. An absolutely horrible cover-up. It's a good cover-up in terms of, protecting the park, but it's just morally so wrong to do. These kids were just so innocent and were just victims to something that they didn't even know could attack them, and then now one of them is, or all of them are dead, and one of them is being framed for killing the others. It's really, really sad and messed up.
So we were gonna go question him, and we got a call on the radio, that he has brain trauma, he's going crazy. So by the time we get there, they're already fighting, and I mean, it's crazy, but at the moment we walked in, he had grabbed the ranger that was stationed there, and he had shot him in the chest, killing him instantly. And my first thought is, oh my god, I need to stop this man, I'm worried about Alex, I'm worried about my fellow rangers. I mean, it was bad, and this guy would just not put up a fight. I mean, he had a broken leg, and he was still fighting.
Wait, and you got shot in the process?
Yeah, yes, I did. He shot me in the wrist, and it shattered my scaphoid bone. And when I talk about pain, I'm used to pain, being out in the park and getting hurt all the time. This was beyond excruciating, and Alex can vouch. I mean, in and out of consciousness, screaming. This was brutal. It was real bad. It was bad, but thank God for the incredible doctors at Dyier Medical, because they took me in with emergency surgery, and I don't know how they did it, but I'm expecting to make a full recovery, even with this shattered bone. They put it back together. They're fantastic. Let me say, they're fantastic. It's incredible. I'm beyond blessed.
Wow! All of this is fantastic. Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
But I do want to say, Alex is like my brother. I mean, if it wasn't for him saving my life, I would not be here today. I wouldn't be here today.
So where is the investigation headed right now in regards to the missing persons?
So we've got multiple teams out, 24/7 rotating shifts. There's not a moment as of right now where somebody's not looking for these people. We've got canines now out, police canines. Yep. We've got familiar scents from their personal belongings that we're using to kind of track them down.
Okay, so he's saying they're out looking for these people. So they did say that they found an arm and they found body parts, but I guess they didn't find both of the bodies of the victims. So You know, they're still out searching for them. Meanwhile, we know that they found and burned at least one of the bodies, and so that's a lie. Like, there's nobody out searching for them, I'm pretty sure. Again, maybe I missed it that they found both of the bodies, but if they did find both and they just burned everything, then there's nobody looking for anything. They're just saying that to the news to try to make everything seem fine. Correction, the reason why all the bodies weren't found is probably because anything that they couldn't find was already eaten when the walker attacked them. Like, the walkers probably ate the dead bodies or the body parts that are missing. But really, those two kids are never going to be found. No one's ever going to know the truth about them because of this cover-up. And it's just going to be seen as, oh, they went missing in the park, and that's going to be a normal explanation for things because people get lost in the park all the time, and, you know, sometimes people go off trail and fall and hit their head or something, you know what I mean? So, and the fact that they're framing this as a story like that they were trying to be killed by one of their other classmates, it's again, really just morally horrible.
They're moving really fast and covering a lot of ground very quickly because time is kind of the essence with these kind of things. They're covering a lot of ground very quickly, but as of right now, we don't have anything new to report on.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I can say is this is taking a toll on not only just me and Alex and the entire staff, but the families. I mean, I can only imagine the kind of pain it feels to lose a child, let alone wondering if your child is safe while he's still out there. And like Alex just said, I mean, we are doing everything we can to find him and bring him home.
Are you really sympathizing with the family, Steve? Are you? Because you know damn well the truth. And yet you're still going with this cover-up.
And I think one thing that I've thought about over the past couple nights is things like this, you know, they heal, but the real wounds that will never heal are the ones in here. And I think all of us will carry this with us for a long, long time.
Wow, that was so well said. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Everyone, I'd like to give it up for Park Ranger Steve Berg and Alex Johnson of Woodlands National Park.
Woo! Phone call.
Hey, it's Alex. Did I wake you up? No, I can't sleep. Steve. It's really weighing on me. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Yeah, man, this was really bad. I mean, we've covered up these things before, but it was never this involved.
I mean, for Christ's sake, they put us on TV. That's never happened. I haven't felt this guilty about one in a long time.
Yeah, and the worst part was we lied about all of it. I mean, we painted this poor guy to be a monster when we knew he was the victim. I just don't know how I'm supposed to move past this.
And I killed an innocent man.
No, Alex, you didn't. You had to do that. We were genuinely trying to help him, and I mean, none of us could have ever imagined that we've taken Rick's gun.
I do agree with that. Like, Alex does feel guilty, I guess, for killing somebody, but at the same time, he was still had some kind of head trauma where he was just unstable and just like shooting people around him. He already killed one of the other park rangers. It could have been either of them next if they didn't actually do anything. So big up on Alex for actually taking that guy out.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I just can't keep doing this. But I know we can't leave. We've been in too deep for years now.
No, Alex, you know they'll kill us.
So is this our lives until we make it to retirement? Hell, if we make it to retirement.
Maybe not.
What do you mean?
I can't talk about it over the phone. He might be listening. Meet me in an hour. You know where to go.
So it makes sense for them to feel guilty about that. I mean, I was playing it up like I was mad at Steve and Alex for saying that on the news, but we both know that, you know, the big corpos upstairs are the ones that are making them say this in front of TV to make everything seem clear and fine. They obviously don't want to frame people and things like that. Steve and Alex are the good people that work there. I said this when I reacted to this on stream. That transition is so clean. Going from like an analog horror found footage thing to like an actual like cinematic style is so fire. So fire. I mean, I don't think we've seen that done in analog horror before, but oh man, that's so dope. That is so dope.
You feel any better?
Not at all. What about you?
Alex, I haven't felt okay in probably 10 years. The only difference now is that my wrist just hurts.
So, what can you tell me about over the phone?
I'm sorry, Alex. I should have told you sooner. I really should have. I've had this for over a year. The day Nancy came into the ranger station and I told her to keep quiet and whatnot, she told me that she had something to show me, and it was a briefcase full of John's stuff, and this isn't anything that we've seen or Nancy's seen. I mean, it was a trap.
Another reason why I want to re-record this instead of use my live stream reaction. The music from here until pretty much the end of this video is all copyrighted. So I'm going to use the YouTube system to try to remove the music, but keep the dialogue. So if it sounds a little weird at some points, I do apologize for that, but that is why.
It was a briefcase full of John's stuff, and this isn't anything that we've seen or Nancy's seen. I mean, it was in a trap door, like a secret room that she has never seen before. And when I saw it, at first, I thought it was my job to shelter you, and, I didn't want you to worry about it. And I've spent a year looking through it, and I can't decipher the codes. But there's cave paintings in here, pictures, and Alex, I think I know what it means, but maybe I don't. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I'm sorry, because this has been eating me up, and it's not my job to shelter you, so I want to take a look at these, and particularly in order, if you can.
So John, the photographer that died during the Wendigo attack, apparently that was a year ago or over a year ago in the timeline of the series, which is kind of wild. John must have had like some secret files, so apparently it was under a trap door in that Nancy found, his wife. So these were top secret, it seems. Let's see what we got.
This code, what does this mean?
I don't know, but it's the only one with codes on it, so I'm assuming that's the most important image for, what you'll see will be obvious reasons.
Okay, so looks like there's some people here worshiping some kind of tree. It looks like there's somebody crawling out from under it. Does this look like a resurrection ritual to you?
Like someone coming back from the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what I think it means.
Well, it's not uncommon. Primitive people were superstitious in nature.
Well, I thought that too. I thought, that's not real. And then, you look at the other two images and then it makes you second guess it.
Okay. Looks to be some people interacting with a cave critter. But the big thing is it doesn't look hostile.
Yeah.
It's not attacking.
It looks like this is a stretch, but I mean, it looks like they're almost trading things back and forth.
So Steve is saying like it looks like someone's being resurrected from a tree that's being worshipped, and like it's a cave drawing, right? A picture of a cave drawing. So like, do you really believe it, or is this just something that some people from long time ago decide to draw on a cave wall? But the fact that they're showing cave critters something that we know is real can also make that seem like this tree is real as well. Also, really weird that cave critters might be trading with humans and are non-hostile towards them, given how extremely hostile cave critters are in 1976 now.
Yeah, the two people are holding things. You know, they could be trading. Very odd. But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But the next one really doesn't.
Whoa.
Yeah. How did they see it?
How is it not on fire? The only way they could have seen it
Was in the day.
was during the day. And the last time we saw one during the day, it burned up within minutes of the sun coming up.
Exactly. So that means at one point they could walk around in the sun without burning up.
Let me go back to that picture real quick. So as you can see here, this is a walker and these are other humans. So I'm actually looking at my notes here that I took on all of season 1. And if you guys don't remember, walkers can only be seen with thermal technology. And they're completely invisible to the naked eye because their skin is such a dark black color, it absorbs all spectrums of visible light. But apparently that's only at night. According to my understanding of things, or like how we've watched things, I don't ever remember them saying or implying that walkers could be seen during the day, but it seems that they're even surprised too, because if a walker is out during the day, it just burns up, and I guess that's because it absorbs so much light from the sun and, you know, daylight, so it would just burn up, and that's why walkers usually don't come out during the day. But in this image here, it seems that these humans are aware of this walker, and it could be out during the daytime. So now we've seen cave critters interacting with humans and not being hostile, and humans interacting with walkers, which are also not being hostile, and apparently humans can see them. And there's no way that humans back then making cave drawings had infrared technology to see these walkers. So something weird is going on, something changed over time that made a lot of these creatures and a lot of these things in the park more hostile.
They could have seen it.
Was in the day.
Was during the day. And the last time we saw one during the day, it burned up within minutes of the sun coming up.
Exactly. So that means at one point they could walk around in the sun without burning up.
On top of that, what is it doing? It's lifting blocks. There's two people that look to be helping.
Which means at one point they weren't hostile. Everything we know is, or everything we know now is wrong. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they're building stuff. That means they're intelligent. And call me crazy, but those blocks look like pyramids to me.
Okay, this is a lot to process. But what does it have to do with the tree?
Well, at first, you know, you see that image, like people coming back from the dead. That's impossible. But what leads me to believe that it is real is because these are real. These are real. We know they're real. So what leads me to believe that that's not, and we just don't know about it yet?
That thinking makes sense to me too.
I guess we've seen crazier things. It's not that big of a stretch, I guess.
Well, think about it. We cover up all these deaths, right? And it can't be for the money. They've got all the money in the world. And you know they say money can't buy time? Well, what if it could? Now that right there, that is something you would kill for.
Okay, all right, so the theory is that there's a tree which holds the key to immortality. And this tree is in the park. And the reason that the park stays open is to protect it.
I think so. If you think about it. In the early 1900s, right? It became a national park. Now, during the early 1900s, what was happening? Infrastructure. Everyone was building everything. If it wasn't for this national park, this would be a neighborhood.
True.
You know, I want Atlanta on a national park destroyed if it kept me alive forever.
So bam. So this makes so much sense to me because in season 1, a lot of the things that I had to say and that you guys had to say was, why is this place still open? So many people keep dying nonstop from cave critters, from walkers, from Wendigos. So why don't we just close this park down? Just wrap it up already. Stop letting people in, close it down, you know? Let's take care of the issue. But no, you can't do that. Because Dyier Corp, the higher up that is probably, you know, overseeing this national park, doesn't want the park to close. Because if the park closes, or if the public finds out about, you know, these creatures are killing people, people are gonna get mad, and people are gonna want the creatures wiped out. They're gonna want the park closed, and maybe that will cause the park being, you know, taken down, or maybe people will go in there and try to kill all the creatures and end up turning it into a neighborhood like Steve is saying. So they need to protect the image of the park so that they could even protect it and maintain it from ever being affected by anybody outside of it. Because if anything were to happen to the park, it would probably ruin this tree that apparently brings people back to life, which I'm sure for Dyier Corp, which is seeming like such a villain corporation, they probably have higher ups that they want to keep alive forever, and they can't do that without the tree. So if people die in the park, oh well, cover it up. It doesn't matter. It's okay if those people died because we're still keeping our higher ups and the people that we want alive by using the tree. It all makes sense. It all makes sense, and it's really cool to me because it's a really logical explanation for keeping the whole park open. Originally, like I said, I was just thinking, why are they keeping this place open? That makes no sense to keep this place open. It also makes sense why Dyier Corp themselves would go out to try to kill the Wendigo, because if they kill the Wendigo, they risk less deaths in the park, and therefore less people finding out about any of the weird stuff going on in the park.
National parks are the highest class of protected land.
So protected, not even the government can destroy it.
Dangerous ideas.
So dangerous that I couldn't call you about it. I mean, how do I explain that to you?
So, what's the plan?
Keep quiet for now. We'll keep researching. I feel like I'm getting closer to breaking that code, and when I do, I think I'll tell us more than we should know.
All right. So let's just go through these images ourselves, all right? Just to double check on them. So we have this first image, which is honestly quite hard to see in my opinion, but this is apparently a cave critter, which you could see it has like more arms than usual. And these are two humans, which are supposed to be trading with it. This is a walker helping build pyramids. I still wonder what that's about, if there's going to be a purpose for why walkers were building pyramids with people, and if there's pyramids somewhere in the park. And then lastly, the tree with a bunch of people, looks like they're worshiping it, and someone coming out from the bottom of the tree. And it's believed that this tree apparently brings people back to life. A QR code, huh? I guess we'll have to see where that goes, but we'll check on that in a second. Let's just finish out the video here. I don't think there's anything else, right? Nope, just Woodlands National Park. All right, so tons of lore. Finally starting to understand why the park is open, you know, what's really going on, what's the true purpose. And it seems that Steve and Alex are now tired of all the cover-ups. They're tired of protecting Dyier Corp and, you know, trying to protect the park. So they want to find out what is really going on, why is this all happening, and I guess they're going to try to do it while also continuing to do their job, you know, going a little undercover, I guess. So now that they have this info from John, they're going to just try to find out more. And Steve said he's going to try to decipher that code. We'll actually go back to that real quick just so I could show you guys. You can see over there on top of the photo is like some kind of random symbols and stuff like that. Don't worry, we're going to get the answer to that code soon. But now, it's time to check out that QR code. On to the secret video. Secret video. Woods family. So if you scan that QR code, it brings you to a unlisted video called The Woods Family. So let's watch that one. A lot of static. Okay, let's take a look. Family record, births, deaths. Luke Woods, 1685 to 1727. Christopher Woods, 1706 to 1754. Edward Woods, 1728 to 1780. John Woods, 1748 to 1791. William Woods, 1769 to 1817. Henry Woods from 1789 to 1824. And Abraham Woods from 1815 to nothing. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's literally the video. So looking at this, given the information that we were just told in the last video, we could assume that Abraham Woods, the person with no death date, has used the tree and may have been the first person, I guess, in most recent times to discover that tree in Woodlands National Park, and has since been using it to prevent themselves from dying. We can only assume that they're still alive today because there is no death date on that sheet. And I would also assume that Abraham Woods is probably the head of Dyier Corp and in charge of everything that has been going on in the series. It's also important to note that in the description, it says $922, which I also think is another code. And don't worry, like I said, I know for a fact we're gonna get the keys to deciphering this code. But that was the end of season 1. I mean, funny enough, when I made my last video on Woodlands National Park, I did not realize that the next upload after I uploaded my video would be their season finale. That video was posted over a year ago, and just recently they started season 2. And there are now 3 videos in season 2 so far, which we're gonna go over all of today. And the first video of season 2 is gonna be pretty informative for us. Let's jump into the next one. Video 10, Jon Stewart's key code. That's it. That's the video. This is Jon Stewart's key code. So, like I told you 2 seconds ago, we keep getting these codes and stuff, and this is how we're going to decipher those codes and find out what they actually say. Here's a good look at it, just without my webcam, so you get a clear look at all the letters. But now let's go through all the codes that we've gotten and figure out what all of them say. The first code is in the last video that we watched, the Walker Attack cover-up, which was the season 1 finale. We could see it right here, right above the picture of the tree. And when you decode that, it turns into "Don't Trust Abraham," which makes a lot of sense because in the Woods family video, Abraham is the one with no death date. So it definitely seems like Abraham is still alive, and Jon Stewart, the photographer that died to the Wendigo, knew about that and wrote this to warn anybody that finds those files. Don't trust Abraham. Now, in the description of the Woods family video, there's another code, which is $922. And $922 decodes to the word tree, implying Abraham Woods uses the tree. So basically confirming a lot of the things that we thought. Now, there is one more code, and that is on the Woodlands National Park website. Now, you guys may or may not have known this, but Buddy Films, the creators of Woodlands National Park, actually have a website that talks about them, gives a little bit of information. It shows and talks about some of the films that they've made, but they also have a Woodlands National Park tab on the website, which just gives some basic information that we knew already about the park and about some of the creatures, shows some of the videos. But what's important here is the park brochure. On it, it says the park contains many anomalous creatures, plants, and entities. The park was founded by, and then Jon Stewart's code again. All right, and decoding that, it says Abraham Woods. So the park was founded by Abraham Woods. So we're getting a lot of confirmations here. Abraham Woods started the park. Abraham Woods is definitely using the tree to stay alive, and we absolutely should not trust him. And also now, I guess if we get any more codes, we can decipher them right away now that we have Jon Stewart's key code. So now, all of that's done. Let's officially jump into the first full video of season 2. Video 11. The most powerful corporation in the world. The Dyier Corporation, bringing you a better tomorrow. Oh. Epsilon level clearance required. Warning, this program is considered confidential within the company only. Any person or persons viewing this film without Epsilon level security clearance is subject to immediate termination of employment and benefits without warning from the Dyier Corporation. Now guys, don't worry. I work at Woodlands National Park. As you can see, I have my uniform on. So I talked to Dyier Corporation. They said, you guys are good, okay? No worries. You guys are allowed to watch this. Just don't share this or tell anybody. All right? You guys definitely won't do that, right? Right? Can we shake on that? Can you shake my hand? All right, thank you. Thank you. I trust you. I trust you. No, seriously though, if you actually share this information, they might kill me, so please don't. Congratulations!
You've been hired by the Dyier Corporation. We are so happy to have you as part of the team, and would like to extend you a warm welcome.
Oh my god, we're all getting hired today!
On behalf of the entire Dyier family, I'm sure we need no introduction, as you probably drove here in a Dyier automotive vehicle, had a doctor's appointment at a Dyier medical facility, or used one of our innovative products by Dyier Technology.
The brand new portable radio from Dyier Technologies. Perfect for dinners, family get-togethers. With its simple-to-use interface, simply adjust the volume and adjust the station to your liking.
This summer, make sure to visit Woodlands National Park. It'll be a trip you never forget.
Damn right, because you might die.
Founded by the visionary Thomas Dyier I, born in 1484.
Wait, that's interesting.
Founded by the visionary Thomas Dyier I.
Founded by the visionary Thomas Dyier I. So Dyier Corporation was founded by someone different than Woodlands National Park. So they're different people, but I wonder if they could be working together. Born in 1484. And there was a flashing image there. Damn, so Dyier Corp been around for a minute? Wait, hold on, there's no way. Is that right? 1484?
Born in 1484.
Hold up, we got another code. I gotta decode this real quick. Okay, so translating this says, there were once 3, but only 2 remain. Interesting. We'll keep note of that.
The Dyier Corporation has been at the forefront of innovation since its inception. Our first breakthrough came in the pharmaceutical industry with the discovery of the life-saving antibiotic known as penicillin. Countless lives have been saved since its discovery by Mr. Dyier himself.
Damn, so Dyier Corp discovered penicillin? Or that's crazy.
1857. Pharmaceuticals continues to be a core pillar of the Dyier Corporation, even to this day. When the American Civil War broke out in 1861, Dyier Corp entered the weapons technology space with the development of the Dyier Field Mark I bolt-action rifle for the Union Army. With this rifle, trained soldiers were capable of a drill called the Crazy 80, which consisted of firing 20 rounds at a target from 400 yards in 80 seconds. This was more than a gun. This was a symbol of freedom, which proved critical to the Union victory in 1863. Fast forward to 1960, when Dyier Corporation unveiled the F-30 fighter jet, setting the standard for aerospace technology.
Damn, so Dyer's in charge of a lot of, like, pretty big things in history. Penicillin, bolt-action rifles, and fighter jets?
Its capability to reach Mach 1. A presentation to introduce the jet to President Wilson. Before introducing the F-30, Thomas Dyier II showed the president the current fastest prop plane in the world, the Sopwith Dragon. Mr. Dyier then introduced the Dyier Corporation's F-30.
Hold on a minute. Thomas Dyier I was around in 1484 and founded Dyier Corp. But Thomas Dyier II showed off the Sopwith Dragon, which came around in like 1918. Now, if we're to assume that Thomas Dyier II is Thomas Dyer's the first son, that'd be kind of crazy for them to be around 500 years apart from each other, unless there was a certain tree involved, maybe. Just want to note that.
Powerful, the force knocked Mr. President Woodrow Wilson to the ground.
Damn.
The president had witnessed the world's first sonic boom. Mr. Wilson was so impressed, he signed to have over 100 jets ordered that day. Within a year of the United States entering the war, the Central Powers surrendered unconditionally. Mr. Dyier was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom that same year for his contributions to the American victory in the war. This achievement not only impressed President Woodrow Wilson at the demonstration in Washington, but also marked a significant milestone in aviation history. During World War II, Dyier Corporation's contributions were nothing short of heroic. Dyier Corp's military technology was in every theater of the war. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, it was Dyier Corp's fighter jets that repelled the attack and sank the Japanese fleet. Japan was crippled and surrendered a month later. Then when a tragic attack on New York City happened in 1942, Dyier Corp unveiled a new experimental bomb that had power never seen before in combat. This bomb was dubbed the atomic bomb and was used to end the war in Europe in 1944 with the bombing of Berlin.
All right, so we got quite a few changes in history going on here, because that definitely did not happen. Okay, this is actually kind of crazy, because now I'm going through, I'm like reading some of the comments and looking up some of the times when some of these things were actually created. And a lot of the stuff that was just presented to us that was according to this video created by Dyier Corp were all created years before they were created in our world. So it's very interesting. Like apparently penicillin was founded by the Dyier Corp 70 years before it was actually founded in our normal timeline. Fighter jets, the bolt action rifles, all of those things were found way earlier and changed history, obviously, because of the times that they were founded and created. I mean, just like obviously, I mean, I obviously don't know a lot about like fighter jets, penicillin, you know, the dates that they were founded, things like that. But when we just saw the World War II section, like obviously a lot of that is not accurate to our timeline. So it's interesting to see like how much changed because Dyier Corp founded things before anybody else or just way ahead of time. Which brings up the question, was Thomas Dyier or anybody in Dyier Corp able to possibly time travel? Or were they really just that ahead of the game in technology that they were able to create these things years before we did in our normal timeline? It definitely is giving time travel vibes. Maybe the tree can help you time travel? I don't know. I mean, we've had literally no instances, at least that I know of any anomalies or anything in the park that could help you time travel. But this is implying that Dyier Corp is extremely ahead of the game with just creating things and in all sorts of aspects too, in medicine and military stuff. So we're gonna have to, let's continue watching and just keep that in our heads. Let's see what else they come up with. Okay, so that looked like footage of someone straight up shooting at Thomas Dyier trying to kill him, and those bullets were just bouncing off of him. And then it sounded like he just tore that guy apart. Maybe Thomas Dyier isn't even human? Like there's a lot of there's a lot of mystery now going on. Just when you think you got it figured out by getting more lore about the park and why they want the park open, now there's all this stuff about Dyier Corp which makes you question so much. Ooh.
Autopsy report. Case number C50-00125. Date of examination, December 10th, 1950. Performed by Dr. Eleanor Hayes, Chief Medical Examiner. Location, Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, Boston, Massachusetts. Before I go into this report, I must state the obvious. I have been a medical examiner for 18 years in this city. I have seen all manner of murder, accidents, you name it. But I have never seen anything like this. Now that that's out of the way, let's begin.
Stop what you're doing right now.
Chief, what's going on?
Pack all this up right now. The feds are taking over now.
What? Why? This is clearly a state matter.
It's not up to me. They have jurisdiction now.
I don't like this.
Neither do I, but I'm not getting in their way.
Dyier Corp has something to do with this.
Keep your voice down. You want to end up like him? I don't know about you, but I have a family that I want to go home to. So if I were you, I'd put a sock in it if you know what's good for you.
Dyier Corporation was pivotal in creating innovations that changed.
Okay, hold on. Pause there, Dyier Corp. Sorry, I keep turning around. I keep feeling like I'm hearing something behind me. This always happens whenever I record. I start getting like on edge and I'm like, is there somebody here? Somebody about to jump scare me? But this section right here, this sounds like that they were doing a medical examination on, I guess, the person that was trying to shoot at Thomas Dyier before. Maybe they found his body or something, you know, the guy that was shooting at him. And it seems that he was in such frightening condition that, you know, this medical examiner was like blown away by it after seeing all types of murder and accidents and everything. She had never seen something like this before. And then obviously the feds come in and take over, and now it doesn't matter, it's out of their hands. So what is Thomas Dyier capable of? This raises just so much more to the story, because it's like, now, is there time travel involved? Is Thomas Dyier even human? Did he maybe get some kind of ability from something at the park that makes him bulletproof and gives him, I don't know, like strength to just rip people apart? Because it sounded like through that audio before that he just tore somebody apart, like absolutely destroyed them. So I'm really curious to see more, man. I'm really curious. They're doing a good job with like throwing the lore in here.
Dyier Corporation was pivotal in creating innovations that changed the course of history and secured victories for democracy and liberty. In the post-war era, under the leadership of Thomas Dyier III, Dyier Corporation continued to push boundaries, from pioneering cancer treatments with a 97% effectiveness rate to revolutionizing the automotive industry with Dyier Automotive. Our commitment to excellence and progress remains unwavering.
Wait, they found the cure to cancer? That's crazy! Oh my god! Dyier Corporation presents its impact on real Americans. God, please don't let this music be copyrighted.
Things to do is to drive my new Dyier Automotive Valerian. Handles great, it's got excellent gas mileage, And most of all, it's fast. God bless the Dyier Corporation.
Anything else?
Today, Dyier Corporation stands as a beacon of innovation, driving positive change and shaping a better tomorrow for generations to come. As part of our team, you'll have the opportunity to contribute to our legacy of excellence and be a part of our mission to create a brighter future for all. Welcome once again to Dyier Corporation, where innovation knows no bounds and the possibilities are endless. Together, let's continue to push the limits of what's possible and make a lasting impact on the world. Welcome to Dyier Corporation, bringing you a better tomorrow.
You know, the bringing you a better tomorrow thing kind of makes a lot of sense with time travel, because if Thomas Dyier can time travel ahead and find the cures to diseases and get technology ahead of time, he is bringing you a better tomorrow than what would be tomorrow, because he's so ahead of the game. That was a crazy lore drop. I had said before, like, Dyier Corp is clearly like some massive entity, not just overseeing the park, but overseeing, I guess, the whole United States, it seems, with medical advancements, military advancements. They're apparently big in the car industry, and getting everything that they've done years ahead of what a normal timeline would. And no one's gonna look at this weird or anything, because nobody knows the difference. Like, we only know that, you know, penicillin doesn't come out for another like 70 years or whatever than when they discovered it, because of how it was discovered in our timeline. So no one's gonna look at their company and be like, oh, they're weird. If anything, they're gonna be like, wow, they're incredible for how innovative they are and how quickly they discover these things. And then obviously there's the fact that Thomas Dyier is like, may not even be human. So that makes you also question what else the park is capable of. Because this obviously all ties back to Woodlands National Park, right? What can the park do to people to make them bulletproof, or, you know, what other abilities can people have? It's very, very interesting, and I'm so curious to see where this all goes next. Oh, hold on a minute. In the pinned comment under the video, Buddy Film says, hey everyone, sorry for the re-upload. YouTube took down the original video due to the crime scene photo segment. Unfortunately, that part had to be removed in this version. Here's what it said. It's important for the lore. All right, so let me go through. Let me see what's different. So this is the conversation that we heard on that, like, on that recorder there. And it's Dr. Hayes, the medical examiner, talking about the body. The first body is identified as Maximilian Wagner, a 20-year-old Caucasian male found in the parking lot of the Dyier Pharmaceuticals Administrative Building. The victim shows severe trauma consistent with dismemberment caused by extreme physical force. The torso is completely bisected from the clavicle, extending down through the abdomen just below the right rib cage. Significant bruising and tissue damage along with torn edges suggest immense compressive or tearing force. The thoracic cavity's organ was displaced, partial evisceration of both the heart and lungs. The abdominal cavity shows similar displacement, spine severed at T12L1, fractured lines radiate from the bisection, no defensive wounds on the arms or hands, the lower half is detached but intact. Fractures in the lumbar, spine, and pelvis match the trajectory of the trauma. All these injuries, they're consistent with a high-impact industrial accident, except for one detail: deep handprint indentations on the torn edges of the wound, like someone gripped the body with inhuman strength. Each finger's mark is grotesquely clear, embedded in the flesh, the skin stretched and crushed under impossible pressure, the tissue beneath, pulp. These handprints suggest someone used their bare hands to rip this man apart. So that's literally what I said. It sounded like he literally just tore him apart, and that's apparently literally what happened. But the fact that she's comparing it to a high-impact industrial accident that caused this guy's damage, but it was actually done by someone's hands, is nuts. Especially when, you know, based on the footage that we saw, we know that Thomas Dyier did it. That's insane. There's also apparently a victim too, but Dr. Hayes gets cut off when about to start talking about it. And then it seems that the conversation just continues on as we saw it from there. Now, in case you guys want to hear that whole conversation and the unedited video, you could actually go and check out Buddy Film's Patreon, which I will link in the description down below. Please be sure to go support your analog horror creators, especially this is a great way to support them. You get to see the unedited content that YouTube wouldn't let them put out. So definitely be sure to go check them out. Like I said, link to their Patreon in the description down below. But wow, that is insane. Now, we only have one more video left for today. So let's jump into the next one. Video 12. The most dangerous bird in the world. Alright, I'm very excited for this one because we're going to learn about a new entity in the park. And based on the thumbnail that I saw, this one looks pretty wild. Here we go. Well, that's definitely a way to start. Damn. Here we go. Woodlands National Park, EST 1912.
Hi everybody, I'm Park Ranger Steve. And I'm Park Ranger Alex. And welcome to Woodlands National Park. Before we begin today's PSA, we just want to take this chance to thank you all for your patience and cooperations with the missing persons case.
But thank God for the incredible doctors at Dyier Medical.
That's right. I guess it's still going on.
The department has come to the conclusion that the individual in question has passed away. There is no further updates at this time. Please, no more questions. I would also like to say...
So they're just saying that, you know, because they can't find him, that he must have passed away. But like we said, we know that they know what happened and that the body was burned.
Thank you so much for all the warm wishes I received on my recovery, and I'm actually going to get the cast off later this week.
Yay!
Today's PSA is about birds, but not just any bird. See, the park is home to many types of birds, such as songbirds, raptors, waterfowl, and shorebirds, but none are as unique or mysterious as the singing devil. So, what is a singing devil? Well, early settlers actually believed that the singing devil was a bird possessed by a demon. Now, the weird thing about the singing devil is that it appears to be decaying, even with visible bones all around the body. It has glowing red eyes. Now, despite this decay, however, the bird is extremely agile and faster than any bird known in Woodlands National Park.
Whoa, okay. So that's what it looks like. Only picture on file taken by John Stewart in 1970. Shout out John, man. John keeps giving us information even after death.
The singing devil also appears to have the supernatural ability to summon a fog at will. This fog can come in any environment, at any temperature, even when weather conditions would not typically allow for a natural fog to form. This is believed to be used as a hunting tactic to disorient a prey with a thick fog and then come down for a sneak attack. Well, we do love all of our bird watchers here at Woodlands National Park. I do want everyone to be aware that in certain situations, the singing devil can actually be dangerous. Now, you're probably wondering what I mean by this. Well, the singing devil actually possesses low-level psychic abilities, and these images can be disturbing to some individuals.
You're telling me that the singing devil has psychic abilities and can produce a foggy environment. Yeah, that's insane. I gotta give it to them. I like the creativity with the creatures that they make. Like the cave critters, I think is a really cool concept. They're kind of like, you know, zombies with the way they infect you and turn you into one of them. And with the whole cave concept and how they have to stay in a cave environment. And this one is just so crazy.
Although I don't discourage you from bird watching or visiting the park because there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
Steve, you know that's a lie, bro. Oh, here we go. The park brochure. The Singing Devils. The Singing Devil is said to be a bird possessed by a demon. The Singing Devil possesses the ability to summon a supernatural fog and use psychic abilities on victims, putting them in a trance-like state. The Singing Devil is nocturnal and will only attack at night. The origins of the bird are still unknown. Damn, so Woodlands at night is just cooked between the walkers and the Singing Devils now? No thank you.
The process in which this bird exercises these psychic abilities is during an attack, it will embed its claws into the back of a victim to establish a firm grip. It then begins whispering. During this period of whispering, the victim is placed into a trance-like state of paralysis.
Now, the victims describe this trance-like state as being the most realistic dream they've ever been in. In fact, they say it was so realistic that it was indistinguishable from real life. There's also another little detail I'd like to mention, that this event only lasts from around 20 to 30 seconds in real life, although for them it feels like they're in there for hours.
During the attack, the victim does not appear to be in any physical pain from the talons in the back, although the victim is in extreme mental anguish.
Although this doesn't last long, and they'll be in a state of shock for a couple hours after this event, and then after that they should be okay.
The physical injuries from the victim are easily treatable with bandages and antibiotics from your Dyier medical facility.
So it's kind of like the Mangekyo Sharingan in Naruto, when Itachi puts you under a genjutsu. It's really only a few seconds in real life, but for you, it feels like you're being tortured, or like, I guess in this case, under mental anguish, for hours.
Now, while the Singing Devil might be scary, I want to remind everyone that there's nothing to worry about. In fact, it might sound crazy, but you're more likely to get struck by lightning than see a Singing Devil. What I mean by this is in the past 30 years, we've only had 3 documented cases of a Singing Devil attack, and in the past 50 years, we've had less than 10 actual sightings.
Wow.
Another interesting fact is the Singing Devil is nocturnal, so if you're walking around in the day on some of our trails, you have a 0% chance of even being attacked.
Thankfully, the Singing Devil does not appear to cause any long-lasting psychological damage to the victim's mind, as all symptoms, including anxiety, depression, paranoia, and some hallucinations, appear to vanish in 2 weeks.
So Alex,
that's
we've been
great.
talking about the Singing Devil all day, but how do we stay safe from one?
Steve, I'm glad you asked. Because the Singing Devil only comes out at night, all daytime park goers are 100% protected from it. If you are camping overnight at Woodlands National Park, however, please be aware of any dense fog that could be building around your feet at night. This is the beginning of a Singing Devil attack as the fog begins to build. If you notice this fog, please sprint in any direction, doesn't matter which one, for approximately 50 to 60 yards until you don't notice the fog anymore. Once you're safe, and you're sure you're safe, contact a park ranger and report your sighting.
We'd also like to mention something that all the victims had in common. All the victims that were attacked were recently suffering from depression or a recent tragic event. The reason we think that the Singing Devil actually attacks certain people is because they might be suffering or they're in a weak, vulnerable state. Now, our remedy for this is actually to come in Woodlands National Park during the day and take a beautiful hike to see our scenic mountaintops, or take a swim in one of our crystal clear lakes that is sure to take your breath away, or participate in one of our leader group activities followed by some of our rangers, and that is sure to put a smile on your face, because if not, you might be seeing a Singing Devil in your tent tonight.
I don't know if I would say that,
Thank you everyone
Steve.
for watching. We hope you found this video informational.
If you have any further questions, stop by one of our visitor centers and pick up a pamphlet.
Of
We hope
course.
you have a great time and that you enjoy your visit at Woodlands National Park. James, was that good, Alex? You feel good?
That was
James,
great.
Did you think that was good, James?
Yeah, that was good.
Good? Let's it's starting to get dark. Let's pack it up.
I love that transition, that he goes from being like the informative video to just like, all right, was that good? Cool. Like it goes to being unedited. And I feel like everything that we're about to see beyond this is going to be, you know, not an informational video, but more just a video of what's going to happen.
Get up. Alright, man, what's the deal? Are we mountain biking Saturday or what?
Alright, listen, you're gonna hate me for this.
Oh, let me guess, it's still broken, isn't it?
But listen, it's not like I didn't try. I went to the bike shop on Tuesday, and you know how Mike is.
I know how Mike
You know how Mike is. I was like, listen, I have a set of spindles that are broken.
Yeah.
I need them fixed. Do you have a replacement part?
What did he say? Hold on. Let me turn captions on for that. Did he say Bigfoot? One more time. One more time. I'm hearing Bigfoot, and that's a crazy for you to just drop that in the middle of a casual segment.
He's almost half a mile off the main trail.
Okay, so they thought it was Bigfoot, turns out it's just a guy, but they just casually let us know that Bigfoot exists in the park. Okay.
Dude, we're gonna... So, what can I do for you? Well, you know you're half a mile off trail, right? Oh, I fully understand. I'm with local university. I'm just doing some studies out here for animal behavior.
Yeah, man, but like this is federal land. Like you can't be off trail.
I didn't mean nothing to it. I'm not trying to poach or nothing. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just.
And listen, I get that, but you know, there's bears out here. Like if you got mauled in the middle of the night, we would never know.
Don't believe me, gentlemen. I know what I'm doing because I have good experience with the lay of the land and all the local fauna here. So. Well, regardless if you're.
No. You have no idea what's actually here, bro. Listen to the park rangers and do what you're told and get out of here. All right, buddy? Because you think you know the wilderness around here. You do not. They just thought you were Bigfoot.
Experience. You did ignore our signage. You're half a mile off trail. You're very far. Blatantly broken the rules of the park. You're lucky we don't kick you out. Could ask you to leave right now, but we're gonna cut you a break because we're being nice.
Listen, man, he's right. I'm gonna cut you a break. It is a nice park. I get it. Beautiful views. It's a great place to bring your friends and family. How about this? It's getting really dark out, and Alex and I, we've got things to do. So we're gonna bring you to a designated campsite, and we're gonna give you a warning. But if we catch you out of here again, it's over. It's over. You're gonna be banned from the park. So take your bags, and we're gonna head out, and we're gonna bring you back to the designated campsite and send you on your way. All right. But we gotta go now. So back it up.
I understand.
Just grab your bag. We'll have someone pick the tent up.
All right. Sorry for the trouble, gentlemen. Alright, be advised, you got a camper on the way. Make sure this guy doesn't get out tonight. Last thing I need is a loose camper running around the trails at 3 in the morning while I'm on call. Alright, over.
I wonder if we're going to hear from that guy again. If that was like just a random incident or if that's important. Because that guy said he was like with the university or something like that.
Alright, listen, I don't want to do it, but it's getting dark.
We are not going
we have to get it.
to get that side by side. Do you see how much daylight is left?
Yeah, but
I am not getting stuck out here at night.
No, listen, imagine another person like him goes and finds it. It's right next to the trail and goes on a joyride. If he goes on a joyride with that thing and destroys it, you know what the thing probably costs? There's a screen on it. Who gets in trouble if someone goes on a joyride and destroys it?
We do. They are counting inventory at the end of the week, so if that thing's not there, it's our ass.
And we're done. And I don't want to hear it.
All right, well, if we're going to get it,
we gotta go now. We do not want to be out here at dark.
Come on, okay.
Wait, what are they going to get? I'm sorry.
We are not going
we have to get it.
To get that side by side. Do you see how much...
To get that side by side? Okay, I got very confused here and didn't know what a side by side was. This is a side by side. I've seen these vehicles before. Somehow I never knew the name. They're talking about somebody taking a joyride on it and it having a screen.
Wasting so much time, it's way too dark out. You're telling me this place gives me the creeps, this whole park gives me the creeps. And Woodlands National Park is the last place you want to be at night. You're right about that. Let's get out of here.
Oh, they had like a little car. Okay, makes sense.
This is a brand new Dyier Corporation, so this should be fine. There's no way we're out of gas. We filled up this morning. We had over 3/4 of a tank when we got here.
I'm just turning off the captions, dude. They're so wrong right now. Alright, so their car isn't working and they're stuck at night.
Perfect. This is exactly what we need. You smell that? Gas? I sure hope not. That would be our luck, wouldn't it? Stupid fuel injector's probably busted. No. The fuel line, it's been chewed through.
Something chewed through the fuel line?
The whole tank's empty. It's soaking wet. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Oh.
The singing devil.
Pick up right now. Pick up. Somebody pick up.
Delta Ranger Section 2.
Listen, we're on Blue Ridge Trail right now. This is Park Ranger Steve. We have an emergency situation. Our machine is out of gas, and we're dealing with a possible entity. I need as much backup as you get right now.
Roger that. Sending help now. They'll be there soon. Just hold on.
Oh, damn.
James, stick with us.
Okay, at least help is on the way.
We gotta get the guns.
And they got a weapon. Oh, they got 2 weapons. Okay.
I don't see anything. Do you see anything? I don't see anything. Thank God. I think we might be on the clear. Steve, does it feel colder to you? Oh yeah, I mean the temperature's dropped noticeably. I mean it's probably just getting closer to, it's just getting darker out. Oh my God, look at your feet.
Fog.
Run! It's a singing devil, we gotta go! Run! Run, Alex! James, follow us! We gotta get out of here! Anything? James, get up! Come on, James, let's go! I don't see anything! Where is it? Oh, this fog, it's like it never
Oh
ends.
my God, it's so foggy.
That's what they told me. They said we could get out of it. Keep looking around, guys. Maybe we can find a landmark and find our way out of here. It's probably in the air somewhere. Do you see anything? I don't see anything.
Dude.
I don't see anything. Listen, if we see it, we take a shot. We can get it out. We can kill it. We can get out of here.
Oh, no way they hit that shot.
No, Alex, listen, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna die. Alex, we're gonna die. Alex, get a grip. Get a grip. We're gonna be.
Yeah, lock in, Alex. Get it together, bro.
James, are you good? You see it?
Okay, James is okay. James is okay. It's gonna get somebody here.
Alex! Alex! Where'd he go? Do you see him? Do you see him? No. Alex, where are you? Alex! Oh my God, we gotta go. We gotta find him. We gotta find him. Go, go, go. Come on, we gotta find him. Alex! 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 Oh my God!
Oh, it got him. It got him.
Alex! Oh my God! Alex! Alex, wake up! Alex, wake up! Alex!
No, you did not. The video really ended right there. Now, that was the last video, but there is a sneak peek towards the next episode, which is supposed to be a continuation from the one that we just watched. So we're just going to jump into that and watch that right away. Okay, so you're literally not going to believe this, but this video gets posted to my YouTube channel tomorrow, and I was just double checking stuff, and the sneak peek of the episode that I watched in this video isn't up anymore on the Buddy Films channel. I'm not sure why, but out of just respect for the creators, if they took it down, I'm not going to show it to you. Maybe they took it down for some reasons that they didn't like it, or maybe they just didn't want to show people it so early. And also, a large portion of my explanation has to do with things that were shown in the sneak peek. So a lot of my explanation and theories and stuff got cut out at the end of the video, so I'm sorry again that I have to cut it out. I gotta respect the creators and their wishes, and I'm not gonna put something out that they clearly took down for a reason. But now we're gonna jump into the middle of my explanation / outro. Sorry about that, guys. Again, another thing that I like about the series is all the creatures. I do really like the concept of the singing devil. Honestly, now that I think about it, it is a bird with red eyes, and apparently it kind of gets in your head like a genjutsu. It's seeming a lot like an Itachi reference from Naruto if you if you guys know about Itachi, or maybe that's just a coincidence. But either way, I'm loving the lore that's being dropped so far. I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna drop this video and then episode 3 is gonna come out like a few days after it, just because that is my luck with these types of videos. But if I do go over Woodlands again, it will be after they've released a few more episodes. Just want to let you guys know that. Now, as far as my theories or, you know, where I think the series is going to go next, I do think that there are other things that are going to happen to Alex as a result of the Singing Devil incident. I don't think we know everything about the Singing Devil, and I think it's going to have some long-lasting effects on Alex's character as the series continues to go on. As far as Dyier Corp and stuff, I'm curious to see how, you know, people like Abraham Woods, who founded Woodlands National Park, is directly connected to Dyier Corp, like how they got connected at some point, because they are connected now. And we know that, you know, Abraham Woods used the tree to keep himself alive. But it also seems that Thomas Dyier, the head of Dyier Corp, or the creator of Dyier Corp, might also be using the tree to stay alive, because we do hear about Thomas Dyier the second and the third, but could they all be just the same original Thomas Dyier, and maybe Thomas Dyier names himself the second and the third just so things don't seem, you know, sketchy by him being alive for hundreds of years? Another thing is, I think he could time travel, or has some way of having an ability to maybe see into the future, just because they keep discovering and creating things years ahead of what our normal timeline did. And also, I think he used some kind of anomaly that's in Woodlands National Park to become, I guess, bulletproof or superhuman even, because he's bulletproof and he just seems to be able to rip people apart at will with like superhuman strength. So I'm curious to learn about all of those things going forward. And it does seem that, you know, Steve and Alex are going to be our main characters. They're going to be our heroes throughout this story, where they're just going to be trying to figure things out while doing their job, and also trying to maybe eventually stop Dyier Corp and the park from doing all these things to all these innocent people, because these innocent people keep dying and they keep having to be the ones to cover it up, and obviously they're feeling bad about it now. I think that's why Alex ends up even getting attacked by the Singing Devil. You know, they tell us that the Singing Devil only attacks people when they're, you know, weak and like emotionally unstable, like when they're going through something. And that's why they tell you, you know, go enjoy the park and enjoy the amazing views, and, you know, go do an event with the park rangers because that'll make you happy. But clearly Alex is unhappy, probably because of all the deaths that they've been covering up and all the death that they've been having to see over the past few years. Another theory that I had that I want to mention is, obviously we have evidence that at one point the creatures of the park worked with humans, like they were very friendly towards them and vice versa. But now we know that they're obviously very hostile. Walkers instantly attack humans, can't go outside anymore during the daytime. Cave critters now try to bite humans and make more cave critters. I'm wondering if they were friendly up until the point that Abraham Woods came into the picture, because I think Abraham Woods may have found like the tree and all the anomalies and maybe abused their power and what they could do for humanity. And then as a result, everything in the park became hostile because it knew like, yeah, this guy's abusing the power of the tree and God knows what else in the national park. So now everything's kind of being defensive of the park and the things around it. Let me know what you guys think about that though. But I'm really, really excited to see where this series goes next. Like I said, I won't be covering it for a little bit. There's going to be more episodes that come out, and then after a few episodes come out, I'll make another video on the series. It won't take 2 years like it did last time. But I also want to tell you guys to go check out the Buddy Films channel, not just to maybe rewatch these videos and pick up on anything that I missed, but also to check out a lot of their behind the scenes videos, because they have some really sick behind the scenes stuff that shows you how season 2 is being made so far, and it is very, very interesting. I watched the behind the scenes on the season 2 Singing Devil video, and you will never expect how they did the fog scene. It is really, really cool. So I'll leave the link to the behind the scenes video in the description down below. And also, as always, please be sure to go check out Buddy Films channel, which will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. I'll also be leaving the link to their Instagram and their Patreon in the description down below as well, so you guys could go support them on there. Remember, without supporting these analog horror creators, you guys don't get these videos from me. So please be sure to go support them by subscribing, following, watching their other videos. It really does help them out a ton. But alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 1.5 million subscribers. Also, in case you guys want to see some non-horror stuff from me, be sure to check out my second channel, which will be linked in the description down below as well, Project Immortal. And alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.